What is up guys, I'm CardFighter. Welcome to this week's episode of CardFighter's Thoughts. Today we're going over episode 25 of CardFight Vanguard G next. And pretty much, if you don't know what this series is, it's basically just a weekly review series that I do on YouTube. And just going over the latest episode of CardFight Vanguard G or CardFight Vanguard in general. And it's just, just something I like to do. You like that sort of thing? I should warn you though, if you are getting into this series and you haven't watched the episodes, I will be spoiling these episodes rotten pretty much. So if you haven't watched it, I will leave a link in the description down below to the actual episode so you can go watch it and then you can come back to me and we'll talk about it, okay? Alright, so this week's episode, massive step up in animation wise, can I just say. Pretty much also what we do is we go for animation, sound quality, like music and all that. Actual like card effects, like how the actual fight went on, how the actual episode went on, character development, character interactions, and just my overall enjoyment, to be honest. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Animation wise, like I said, massive step up from last week's episode. It's just so much better. Like if you don't know what happened last week, pretty much like, the animation quality was just, it was bad, like different eye position bad, let's just say. Yeah, but like honestly, this week's episode, animation and like style of art, really well done. My only critique is Chaos Breaker. Like Chaos Breaker, if you don't know who Chaos Breaker is, then I'd like to explain. He's basically this big bad cyber dragon that was like a massive threat in the third series of Vanguard, not Vanguard G, CardFight Vanguard, Link Joker. This was when like Link Joker was first being introduced to the game, and he was just a massive nuisance. Like he was defeating enemies left and right, and just he was a massive threat, and he just looked super threatening. Like just imagine like a dragon with a scythe. It was just plain scary. He was a nightmare. But in this series, like he didn't feel as threatening. He just felt quite bland, and I'm actually kind of disappointed in that because as much as I hate him, he was a great unit. The art style of him, like the way he was detailed in the third series, was absolutely amazing. Like I don't know, it was just on par with some of like Draconic Overlord at the end, Majesty Lord Blaster, like Phantom Blaster Overlord in my opinion, and it was just really well done. And this one, it just looks like but overall the animation I thought was superb. The characters looked really well designed, especially Noah. With his like I love the way Noah's eyes looked in this. Like I know like he's being possessed and all that, but the way his eyes looked, like he looked menacing, let's just say, and it just really hit home, let's just say. So yeah, that's my opinion on the animation. Like I said, on a critique, could have drawn Chaos Breaker a bit better. Better. There we go. And yeah, there goes that. Music. I did actually pay attention to the music this time, and although it was rinse and repeat, I did feel like they added tracks of music into different scenes very well. Like for example, when Chaos Breaker or Chaos Universe came to play, Chaos Breaker's Evolution Stride, the trumpets, like I don't know what it was exactly, but it sounded like an orchestra sort of thing. It just sounded amazing and just added a lot more like tension to the scene because like you're just bringing this like big bad powerful unit into the field, and that's going to cause like death and destruction to everything. It was definitely well suited. And then with when Gear Groovy appeared, like we had this like sort of like a triumphant return or something, the sound of a comeback, let's just say, and it fit really well. Granted, like they are rinse and repeat like sounds, like or music pieces, but the way they were fitted into this episode, I thought were amazing. So yeah, there goes my thing on that. What else? Character interactions or character development. We'll just put that as one whole category. The character interactions between Noah, or should I say Noah? Noah / Chaos Breaker and Chrono, I thought were really well done. Like it was the exact same as Kazumi and Chrono in the first episode. Because if you don't know what's happening, like, allow me to explain my theory. What I think is happening in this series is that Kazumi is sort of like recruiting people for Shiranui. That's another theory of mine, that I believe that Shiranui is the main bad guy of this episode. If you don't know who Shiranui is, the Stride Break unit, pardon me, unit from Nubatama, and I believe that he's like sent Kazumi on this mission to recruit as many people to like fight Chrono in a way, because in this episode you see like Noah's quoting or like seeing Chrono as a potential vessel chosen by Shiranui, and like we don't know what that means exactly, but it means like, you know, like Shiranui's got an interest in Chrono, which means Kazumi's got an interest in Chrono, and it's just really nice to see like just it's like a sort of, I don't know, throwback to episode 1 where Kazumi's all like excited, you know, this is Chrono, this is the guy I have to fight, and it just works really well. Like it just brings back the nostalgia. I know it was only like 25 episodes ago, but like it just felt really well done, and just the fact that like maybe all these other characters are going to be the exact same, and sorry, I got an itch. The fact what was I saying? Yeah, the fact that all these, if these characters who are possessed or taken control by a unit, let's just say, are all going to act the same, like, you know, I've wanted to fight you for so long. It's just gonna be really like menacing, I think, because like, you know, it's just pretty much like a zombie in a way, like it just feels really like the tension is just like that, especially on Chrono, considering like they're all after him pretty much. And so yeah, the interactions between Noah and Chrono on this episode were really well done. The development with Noah, I've never actually seen anything like this. I think it's going really well. Like the fact that he's been taken over by Chaos Breaker, this is what I truly believe. Chaos Breaker has taken over, and we have evidence in this episode to support this. Like, you know, he even says like, so this is Chrono. You know, there is despair in this world as well. This, like, you know, no one never says that. Like, if like he's different to Kazumi, like, because although I feel like Kazumi has been taken over by Shiranui, he's still conscious of what he's doing. Like he's sort of in control in a way. Like Shiranui's controlling him, but he's also in control, if that makes any sense. Like he's not fully possessed, let's just say. Whereas Noah, he is just full on gone. Like Noah doesn't exist anymore for the time being. It is all Chaos Breaker. It is Chaos Breaker in human form, let's just say. And I'm really looking forward to see what happens now, because like Team Nippon have like lost their chance of being in the tournament. So what is happening? Noah's just gone on his own, and Chaos Breaker's still in, because he didn't like disappear when Chrono beat him. Like I said, spoilers, I'm sorry. So we don't know what's going to happen. Like, is he going to come back? Is our reverse going to come back? I don't know. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens. Chrono's coming back. You know, he's stopped taking the back seat, and I feel like it was about time now, because we really need to move this plot along, and I feel like it's moving along. It's still in a steady pace, but I feel like it's like picking the pace up a bit more now. You know, we're getting a lot more detail or a bit deeper into our plot, let's just say, and I feel like Chrono does need to come back to advance the plot as well. So it's nice to see that he's coming back. Maybe not as strong as like he is now, but maybe just like, you know, slowly ease back into it, not just like get all these like other characters just to, you know, have the spotlight and then just like throw Chrono back at all like 5 miles ahead in front. Because I just feel like Bushiroad would just like really throw the balance of characters off if they just did that. So maybe just ease them back into it. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Yeah, so that does it with characters. The way they use the cards. This is just like how like the characters actually played the cards, how well they like countered each other's decks, and how well they explained their skills. I thought was very well. Like the way Noah and Chrono like sort of danced around with each other's decks. Like you know, Noah's like locking units in the front row to prevent time leap attacks. Chrono's like sort of like keeping one unit in the back row just so he can time leap that unit to get like a booster or something. Was really well done. It's just like the synergy between the two decks was amazing. Like just like you're going to counter me, I'm going to do this. You're going to counter that, I'm going to do this. Was absolutely amazing. Like it's definitely like admires on how to counter Link Joker as well in a way. You know, like Chaos Break, like Star Vader, let's just say. And it's just like, because although like some of the plays in the series can be quite stupid, there are some times where like that actually does make sense. Because like I believe I took a combo from Chrono with the Zodiac Time Beast, like time leaping Chrono Dran into like a Chrono Fang Tiger or something, or getting up to Chrono Fang Tiger, then binding Chrono Dran, coming out Chrono Jack and get about 6 attacks off. So it does. The show does teach you, and they actually explain the skills quite well in this episode. I would like to see Chaos Universe's skill explained a bit more, but because like he's been out for quite a while now, it does make sense that if you don't know what he does, you should probably know by now. So yeah. But like I said, the way they explain some of the skills, like Gear Groovy as well, explain some of the other Stargazer support, I thought was really well done. So congrats, Bushra. So yeah, that sort of goes over all the topics. My last topic is obviously my overall enjoyment, and I think you can tell from this, I do believe this is actually one of my favourite episodes so far. And overall, this is my favourite episode so far. I can't say that it's going to be my favourite episode overall, after all the series is done. But so far it is looking that way, because honestly, just the tension and the way the characters interacted with each other, the way the art looked, except the Chaos Breaker, it was all just really, really well done, and it was definitely a massive step up from last week's episode, I have to say. So this is going to wrap this up here, guys, and I hope you like this. If you're new, this is what it is. It's not just all this. There are a few deck profiles on my channel. Speaking of which, there is going to be a deck profile coming this Monday or Tuesday. I'm not really too sure. It's going to be a Zodiac Time Beast, because I know I haven't really uploaded one of those yet. Yeah, it's going to be another Gear Chronicle one, but I feel like I need to upload that because the deck's pretty much finished. It's got new support from set 9 and the Try 3 next, and plus GBT 11 is going to be coming soon after GBT 10. And that's going to have more Gear Chronicle support. So I want to get this deck profile out as soon as I can before that set comes out. So I've got new fresh stuff to put out. And heck, maybe I can get maybe my friend David to do some more deck profiles. If you haven't watched his Genesis deck profile, I'll leave it in the description down below. Very good deck. I would recommend maybe building it, play testing it, or just checking it out in general. Yeah, this is gonna wrap this up. This is gonna wrap this episode up here, guys. If you liked it, why not leave a comment down below? Subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Bye.